This is Coach Bidet, the head strength and conditioning coach for the football team here at U of L, and we'll go ahead and get this rolling. Do you see a change in mood of your athletes after they are done with a lift?
Yeah, you definitely do. Some of the biggest things you will see is, and it's depending on the season. Summertime, you're gonna lift a little harder than you do in season. Winter is more about not so much running, but lifting heavier. Summer's more about conditioning. So you see different mood changes depending on the lift. But some guys enjoy it. Some guys it's a relief to them. So not every guy, you'd love every guy to say lifting after football and education, school first, football second, lifting third. Some guys love it. Some guys, it's a part of football and they do it. So yeah, you definitely just see different moods, but it's really about what the guy's attitude is towards lifting.
Awesome. Can you tell a difference in athletes' performance if they have a large assignment or test due on that day?
Uh, Not so much. Athletes do a pretty good job of separating their academics in the football field, their academics in the weight room. With the system that we have here with our academic staff right here within the building, it's really easy for them to leave the weight room. Whatever happened in the weight room stays in the weight room. They go right across the hallway to academics. So it's easy to separate here, so I don't see it too often.
All right. Do you think that exercise can be a solution to someone that is depressed?
Absolutely. I think exercise can be depression. Guys have attention deficit disorders. Anything that makes yourself feel better about what you do, sleep better at night is going to have a better effect on your attitude. So, big proponent of that. For anybody that's not active, it's a required thing here with college football. But if you're not active, your body's going to go through some tough adjustments the first 2 to 3 weeks. But once you feel that those adjustments are over, the soreness is done, you definitely reap the benefits of working out.
Do you see a bigger mood change if you make an athlete run or if you make them lift weights?
100% yes, I see a mood change in running. Some of these guys now are 320, 315 pounds. So the bigger guys, usually if they know we have a run, which is every day in July, 3 times a week in June, I see their attitudes change at the beginning of the lift until they get it. Some guys just, there's going to be extra work if you don't make your run time or do what we ask. So some guys know that they're not in the condition they need to be, so they're going to be there for a while. They're going to be there for a while. So yeah, you definitely see an attitude based on what we're doing that day.
As a strength coach, do you see a difference in self-confidence in a freshman in the weight room in contrast to an upperclassman?
Yeah, you see it all the way around. You see, we have a guy right now. It's a specialist here. He's actually a starter for us. I remember when he walked on a year and a half ago, he was 160, 170 pounds. He's now 209. He would never wear a cutoff sleeve. He was always quiet. I never heard him. Now he's a cutoff sleeve guy. He walks around with much more confidence. And I think it's one of the reasons why he's a starting specialist for us. So you see it in guys, physical confidence, just outside everyday life. I also see it on the football field. Guys get bigger, stronger, and faster. They know they're more physical on the football field and they play at a higher level.
Awesome. How do you and the staff handle a player that has low confidence level in the weight room?
You just grind them. Genetics play such a part in the weight room. Not every guy's going to be a 400-pound bench and a 600-pound squat. You just have to give them your time, everything that you have. You don't treat a guy that doesn't have as good genetics to lift, because there's a lot of football players in the NFL that are playing the game at a high level that bench 225 8 times. A lot of them. I know of them. I've had some of them. And there's some great guys that bench 225, 35 times that aren't in the NFL because they got cut. And you got to, your resumes, your football film. So you put a big part on the combine. The combine makes a guy a first rounder, can be a second rounder, a second rounder can be a first rounder. Nobody's on the NFL because they are a weight room guy only. You need the film. So if you have a guy that has low confidence in the weight room, you make him as strong as you can get him, but nothing's better than good film.
How does having a mirror in the weight room affect one's mood?
Uh, you know, we are not a sleeves rolled up weight room. We wear short sleeves. So for us, we don't have a lot of mirrors. We do have 6 or 7 mirrors. And you'll see some guys stop by and look themselves in the mirror, but really it's something we take out of it. I really care more about how the guys feel and feel on the football field. I'd rather a guy tell me, Coach, I feel really, and we had a wide receiver last week, touchdown the first play of the game. On the sideline, he told me that was as good as he's ever felt. To me, that's a better compliment than saying, wow, I look really good in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I want the results to be on Saturdays and not so much what they see in the mirror.
Okay. Last question. What are some of the psychological issues that you see with athletes who transition out of sports?
I'm not around them too much when they're out of sports. I wish they all came back and stopped in here for games, but sometimes they're relieved never to see me again. So it's a tough question to answer. I know for myself, the assistants here that always were involved in sports, and then you get older, you're out of it. It's the competitiveness that you leave. These guys get in here and they compete. And when football's over, that's something they don't have in their life. And you could say, well, I compete now in business. I'm trying to make sales. I'm doing a report. It's not the same as walking out that tunnel on a Saturday on national TV. And that's what guys look for. They miss that competitiveness, and that's the one thing I see psychologically is that's no longer in their life.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much.
No problem.